All right, so how do you use Google Maps? So first you have to get to Google Maps. There's two ways to do it. One is to put in maps.google.com, and there is a link on the assignment and in Google Classroom. So you go here. That's one way to get to Google Maps. The other way, of course, is if you just search up Maps in Google, it'll be the first result right there, Google Maps. So what do we want you to do with it? We really only want you to do a couple things as you familiarize yourself. So first, here's Brentwood, right? You can click and drag. So a couple features that we're going to look at today. One, you can turn on the satellite view if you want. It starts to give you an idea of what you're looking at a little bit better in terms of pictures, because you're going to see what the terrain actually looks like. And so here's my Google map freaking out and not cooperating. There we go. So it makes it easy to see, like, where is farmland? So farmland is over here, right? Where are houses? Houses are over here. You can start to recognize giant buildings, right? Big complexes. Here's a Heritage High School over there. It's really good for recognizing roadways if you turn this on, or airports. It's easier to see stuff, right? Here's the Byron Airport out here, runways. So big features if you turn on the satellite view. If you don't want that, you can just turn on the map view. And so you just switch between the two by clicking this little square down here where it says satellite or map. The next thing that you can do is if you hit show imagery, okay, and we'll actually show you some different pictures and stuff. We're not really going to mess around with that too much today. So we're going to leave it in satellite view. And the next feature that we want you to use is street view. So I'm just going to grab that little guy and drop him onto a place where there's a blue line. Now, sometimes you will see this where, half of it's missing or something's weird. The way that Google stitches stuff together doesn't always work out. So, no, there's not a missing telephone pole or a telephone pole that comes straight out of railroad tracks. That's some problems. Sometimes you'll see half of a person or whatever. Not a big deal. But here I can see, well, what does this part of the world look like? There it is. Okay. There's Mount Diablo way over there. I know the Byron Airport's over here. There it is, right? There's the Byron Airport out there. If you've ever driven to Costco and Tracy, you've probably been on this road. Not very interesting, not very exciting. So we do want you to look around Brentwood to start, but I want you to kind of dream bigger. So a place that I know a lot of us are sad about that you can't go and ride the Haunted Mansion and eat a churro and see other people, and is Disneyland. So again, I could turn on the map view if I want, and this is easier sometimes for finding street view. I can turn on satellite, and then you just want to click and drag this guy right here and look around at the places that we're asking you to check out. So let's go over here to, oh gosh, where should we go? This should put us by Indiana Jones, I think. It's history. He's an archaeologist. Not really, right? Oh, and here you can see here's a picture back in the olden days when you could go out and eat in a restaurant and see other people. So here we go. Just moving around, right? And this one, it's kind of hard to describe what you see, but what you see a lot is crowds. It's super crowded. That's one thing you could describe. But you're just going to go to these different places. Now, how do you find a place? You're going to put it up here into the search box. So when we ask you to go look at the Air and Space Museum, and it's going to be the Smithsonian Air and Space Museum, you normally will find it pop up, and you'll click that, and it will take you generally to whatever it is you're looking for. And so once you've found that place, you're going to grab your little street view person, go over here, and just drop them somewhere and describe, what do you see? Right? So in this case, what do I see? Well, there's a giant old bottom of a rocket. I think it's maybe a Redstone or a V2. Right? Here is some early flying stuff, and you can see down below it's from Dunkirk, so it's from a movie. Right? And just kind of wander around and what do you see that's cool? What do you see that's interesting? Up here, there's the Bell X1. Right? That's cool. I write that down. Spirit of St. Louis, pretty important historical artifacts here. My goodness, for aviation. But you just write what you saw. And then once you want to get out, you click the back arrow and you go on to the next place, wherever you want to search for. And that's it. That's how you're going to use Google Maps. So hope that's helpful.